Hello. Today I wanted to quickly go through my new budget binder, but before I get into that, I wanted to show what I've been using prior to that. I have a couple of old videos if you want to check them out. I've been using this old system for a couple of years, but with the new year and watching a lot of budget binder videos, I thought it's probably a good time for me to look at maybe changing or reorganizing the way that I previously did my budget. So this is the weekly monthly planner by Blue Sky. Again, I've used this for years. And then also this was my previous bill payment checklist to make sure that I was keeping track of what was being paid every month. Again, I have videos on that. And I would use the calendar here. Let's see here. This calendar to mark off what bills needed to be paid on their due dates. And that's been great. That's really worked out. And then also, I used to use this notebook. These are not my numbers. This is just an example. I would use Dave Ramsey's Debt Snowball, and then on the next page I would kind of have a summary of that. As you can see, the debts, the balance, the payoff month, just to kind of stay on, focus. And then on the pages, again, these are not my numbers, but a couple of weeks before my paychecks, I get paid bi-weekly, I would have a tentative budget of what, I believed was coming out of that check. And then once I would get paid, I would, let's see here. Sorry, I'm doing this freestyle. My tripod's not working well for me today. I would, take my check that I'm getting paid and deduct everything that needs to come out of it. I would try to do my best to get to do a zero-based budget, at least, having each dollar have a name, but it doesn't always work that way. Usually I have a little bit of a buffer, or sometimes like my cell phone bill might be a little bit less than what I estimated it at, or groceries or gas. So again, usually it might end up with me having a little bit of leftover. But yeah, so that was what I was previously using. And like I said, I've watched a ton of YouTube videos this year. I love budgets, and I'm a pen and paper gal, and I've tried some electronic budgets. There's a lot of great ones out there, but they're just not for me. So I really wanted something where I would be able to track what I am spending each month, and I think I found a system that really works for me. Now, I've watched, like I said, a ton of budget videos, but the ones that I really got inspiration for this budget binder came from Eat, Run, Plan, Repeat, Our Life on a Budget, and Lauren Benet, I think is the name. And so you might see similarities in some of the budget binders that I'm using here. So at the top, I have a couple of tabs. Tracker, budget, calendar, and snowball. And then on the side here, I have some tabs for like different accounts that I want to keep maybe statements on, or debts that I want to pay, and then I want to track that. So after I'm done here showing what I have in my binder, I am going to indicate exactly what I'm using. So on here, I haven't quite found a use for this section here, or this folder here. I might put some inspirational quotes, or just a summary of my, sorry about that, my storage was full. So on this next folder here, I just have bills. And so what I do is, of course, when I go to my mailbox, I'll open up my bills and just double check to make sure it's not something that came unexpectedly, or that's not something that I mistakenly missed. Usually I'm pretty good about staying on track, but you just never know. So anyways, and then I check my bills every week just to reconcile my budget, and so I'll just kind of put that in the folder, and then on Fridays when I usually do my reconciling my budget, I reconcile my budget, I'll just go in there and check that. So under the first tab, tracker, I have this great bill pay checklist, and so this is from myfrugalhome.com, and it works great. It basically say the same, it's the same type of checklist that I had before, or tracker that I had before, where it lists the bills, the due date, the month, and then you can use this spreadsheet for the whole year, which is great. So I keep the current year in this first folder here, and then I have extras right behind this, and just a bill, I'm sorry, actually just a cover sheet or cover page protector. Okay, the next tab is budget. Now this one is from thebudgetmom.com, and I have to say it took me a long time to find a budget system or worksheet that worked for me. There are a ton of great ones, but the problem that I was having is that either the boxes weren't big enough to put in the information or that I wanted, or it just didn't have enough, spaces for what I wanted to keep track of. And so I ended up going to Pinterest and doing a search of free monthly budget printables, I think is what I had to look up. And there's a lot of great ones out there, but I didn't want something that was like overly decorated, just something pretty straightforward, but that would work for me. Like I said, I wanted something where the boxes were big enough and something that I could easily customize. So this one has been working great for me, and I really, really, really like this one. And the budgetmom.com has a lot of great information on budgeting. It may not be something that you decide will work for you, but I think there's a lot of good information that you can take something from her website. Next, I have under the calendar tab, I have these monthly calendars, and this replaces my weekly monthly planner, and I needed something that had the lines on it. So again, in this front page I keep the current month, and then in this protector sheet I keep the rest of the year. The only thing about this printable calendar, which came from beautifullytarnished.com, is that it didn't have the holidays. I don't know if she has one that has the holidays, but I just went on ahead and I added the holidays for the full year. Like I said, I was able to fit the full year into this protector sheet, and so I just added the holidays on there. That's something that I like. Next, I have the snowball. I have the Financial Peace University at Home version, and so I've just been using that. I think the CD that came with it, where it has the debt snowball, so that's where I got that from. Next, I have the debt snowball worksheet. Again, this is the ones that I have down here in the tabs, and this one has been great because the boxes are large enough for me to be able to write the information that I need. The only thing that I had a problem with is that on the example, let's see here, it has 6 months and it lists all the debts that you would have to pay here. But sometimes I can tell you with my debt, including my car, I'm not going to be paid within the next 6 months. So what I decided to do is that for each debt that I have, I've just used a single worksheet. So like say for example with the Sears, once that's paid, I'll just go on to track, I don't know, maybe my my car, and then once that's paid off, if there were any other debts that I have to pay, then I go to the next one. But I just have one sheet per debt instead of listing all my debts on that one page. So after that, the worksheets, and like I said, you can track other things such as your mortgage on these tabs here, which is great. So you don't have to use this for debt. Again, you could use these tabs, and I'll show you what it is that I'm using.